Yay!
All right. Okay. Budgeting is like being on a diet. If you don't commit, you'll fail and you might even hurt yourself in the process. You're counting calories and dollars and cents, and if you go over your limit, you'll be gorging yourself on credit. Ooh. But oh sure, it tastes good at first. You get what you want and when you want it, but it leads to the obesity of debt. And if you set yourself up for success, you want to flex your muscles of self-control. Go ahead. It's okay. And build endurance by saving for the future. Start slow. Make sure you're on a regimen you can follow and stick with. I've been running the race of budgeting for over 10 years now, and while there's been times I've fallen off the wagon, I get right back in there because I don't want to be on the sidelines. My team is counting on me, and my family prospers when I am taking care of our finances. So, I'm going to coach you in your first steps to budgeting. We're going to warm up by listing our income and expenses, and then we will sweat it out when we create our own spreadsheets. And finally, we'll cool down by looking at how we can save some money. So, let's start at the beginning with our warm-up. We're going to list our income. Whatever income you have coming in, that's what you're going to write down. Get your Word spreadsheet or your pen and paper. This is the part of warm-up where it's really easy. You're like, I can do this. I can work out. This is easy. I should do this all the time, right? I can go all day doing this stuff. And then we're going to list expenses. Anywhere you spend money, anywhere at all, you need to list them out and how much you think you spend each month on that item. So right now you're starting to feel it, right? This is the part where it starts to kind of hurt. And you're like, oh my gosh, there goes all my money. Bye. All those things take my money. So sometimes you hit this part of your exercise in your warm-up where you're like, well, I'm good. I feel like I've really burned a lot and I've worked out a lot and I'm good now. I can stop. But don't quit because now the real workout is coming. We are going to sweat it out by doing our spreadsheets. You can create your own. This will be a full body workout and you are going to cover everything. So we'll start out easy again with our income. Part of it got cut off here, but this is our first income, second income. Estimate about how much you will be getting. As your paychecks come in, go ahead and plug them in so you can keep track. Make sure that what you have in your budget, you're actually getting in. If you get any extra cash, go ahead and put that in too. And then I always have a rollover balance. A lot of times your bills are due on the 1st and the 15th. So your rollover balance will just help to cushion any expenses that come in the first week. And then down here we have our estimated total income and how much we actually made. And then you can see if you need to make any adjustments in your budget with your difference over here. So it's good to keep track of that. Okay, so we started easy with our income. Now we're going to step it up. This is going to take the bulk of your time. Again, I'm sorry my screen cuts it off, but we're going to list out all of your expenses. Keep them in their categories because then you can look and say, oh, where's all my money going? Oh, it's going this much to this category, this much to this category, and you can cut back anywhere you need to. Again, as you pay your bills, go ahead and list out the actual amount you pay. Then each section, like I said, and have a total for all of your expenses. So I've pulled in my estimated total income, my actual income, and then my estimated expenses and actual expenses. And you can see down at the bottom here, this is about how much you would have left over to put into savings. You don't want to go there yet. You want to save up $1,000 and then pay off your debt before you start saving actual for the future. So you want to be sure to get rid of all that debt with its interest. Okay, that was a lot of work. It takes a lot of time to set up the spreadsheet, but now you've done a good job. So the workout isn't over yet, but now it gets a little easier. We can cool down and we can move on to savings. Yay, that's fun. Okay, I've listed out my cash here. This is where you get to have your cake and eat it too. So after you've been grown up and an adult and you've been really responsible and paid all your bills and made sure everything's taken care of, This is the money left over that you get for yourself. And you get to set it aside in cash, so whenever you want to buy clothes or pay for Christmas or go on a vacation, you don't have to be guilty because this is money that you earmarked for that, and you can go ahead and enjoy spending on those things. Just don't go over your budget. All right, then we have our baseline. So this is what I like to do. This is another way of savings for those big things that come up annually. So your car registration hits, let's say it's $250 for 1 month, and a lot of times this will throw people way off their budget because now you have $250 that you have to come up with, and you will sometimes get in, when you have these bigger expenses come through, that's when you start using credit to cover and you get behind. So what I do is I take the amount divided by 12 and I save that much each month. You can put it into a separate account if you want, but you just set it aside and forget about it. And then when this payment comes out, you've already earmarked $229, so you really only see a $21 decrease in your account. And then what I did is I have this is another reason why a budget is so important, because now your budget will not match what you have in your account. Your account will show that you have more. So when you're balancing, take your income minus expenses, add it to your baseline, and that's how much that dollar amount there should match what you have in your account. So it sounds a little complicated. It's pretty simple. So now that we've saved, we've paid off all our debt, we're working on saving. And why have we been working? We're in really good shape. We're working towards the triathlon of savings, right? This is why we put in all this hard work, why we've done the budgeting, because we want to save for the future. So now that your debt's paid off, your first leg in your triathlon is to save 3 to 6 months worth of expenses for emergencies. Then you can start investing for retirement, and while you're doing that, you can also save for your kids' college fund and or pay off the rest of your mortgage. And that's your basic budget. It's pretty simple. Go ahead. We can flex those muscles again because now you're stronger. You feel better. You're looking better. You don't need to work out with your budget every day, but it is good to revisit it to stay in shape, as you will, at least once a week to stay on top of it. You might need to change up your regimen by adding income or expenses. You need to make sure your spreadsheets are current. And sometimes you should face the incline of building a new spreadsheet. It's painful, but we always feel better after we've done something like that, right? And don't forget to save some calories for yourself. After all, it's not just a diet, it's not working out, it's a lifestyle change. So budgeting is not temporary, it's not something you do for 1 month, it's something you want to do for the rest of your life. Use your budget to beat back the unhealthy fat of debt so you can save for a healthy future. And I couldn't leave you without a quote from my favorite financial guru, Dave Ramsey. You must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you.